Now, with temperatures like we've seen, it can be tempting to take a cool dip in open water, but extremely cold temperatures and unexpected currents mean experienced swimmers can suddenly struggle.
Presenter Ayo Akinwolere has been to find out how a crucial technique could help keep you safe.
My job as a TV presenter has taken me on some spectacular adventures, but for most of my life, I didn't know how to swim.
For many reasons, I never really learnt growing up. In truth, I was really scared of water. I was scared of not staying afloat and potentially drowning.
10 years ago, at the age of 28, I finally learned to swim. I'm way more confident in the water now, and even hold a couple of world records for swimming across the deepest stretch of water on this planet.
The thing is, no matter how experienced you are, entering any sort of open water can be a serious and life-threatening risk.
In the UK, drowning kills more people than cycling accidents or house fires. It's the leading cause of accidental death. About 400 people fall victim to open water every year. And it's now in the summer months when numbers peak.
He was so much fun. He loved to cook, he loved to entertain, and the outdoors was everything. It was his life.
Debbie Turnbull's 15-year-old son, Christopher, tragically drowned in August 2006.
He was excited to be going to Capel, a gorgeous place. It's a river, and then there are mountains around, and it's idyllic. Chris had walked upstream and had sat on the ledge. He put his thumbs up to his mates, and he went in the water, and he went in the central point of the waterfall, which is called the Boil. Not because it's hot, because it is icy, icy cold. He was forced back into a cave where he got his foot stuck in a root of a tree. The rainfall had created a massive waterfall there, which hadn't been there before. It is sadly not enough to learn to swim, as we now know.
What's the one message you'd really like to drum home to everyone watching?
Cold water shock kills.
Debbie set up River and Sea Sense in Christopher's memory. The charity educates young people about the dangers of water and how to stay safe.
I knew I had to do something, so I started going into schools and speaking to children. To date, we've educated over 500,000 young people across Wales and across the UK.
These sessions can save lives, as teenagers are 4 times more likely to drown than children under 10. I'm dropping in on one of Debbie's workshops at what was her son Christopher's school in Colwyn Bay.
Last year, 49 people drowned in the UK in July in 14 days. Always remember, one special point is that if ever you see anyone in open water struggling, you do not go in and try and save them.
Jumping into the water puts the rescuer at risk of drowning too. It's safer to call for help and throw in buoyancy aids to try and keep the person in trouble afloat. The charity also offers workshops which aren't limited to the classroom. Practical lessons encourage the students to stop, think, and check for potential dangers before heading into the water.
So I'm going to set you a challenge now, and you've got to try and look around where we are and see if you can spot anything that you might think, oh, I need to just think about that before I go in the water. Sharp rocks, very good, well done, good girl.
It could be a current.
Well done.
Water safety trainer Louise Johnson has been working with Debbie and is delivering today's class. The sessions include practical, real-world life-saving advice like improvising flotation aids.
So we said that you're not going to go leaping into the water if your mate's got into difficulty. So what do you think we could do with the balls?
They float, don't they?
Good shout, good shout.
Sometimes when you're around on the beaches, there may not be things that you can just put your hands on straight away.
Gives you something solid to hold on to.
It gives you something safe to hold. It just gives you something safe. Drinks bottles. Tip it out and it's a flotation aid. and then you can throw it in. So you're going to shout help, we'll throw you the ball, we go, are you okay? Can you kick and swim back towards me? Does that make sense? Okay, let's give that a go.
What did you say?
Help! Hold on!
Glup, 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 glup. Nice. Don't go back in the water, you're safe!
We've done a brilliant job today. So can we finish with one great big help? Are we ready? Yay!
Hopefully, these youngsters are set up for safer swimming in the future. But there's one thing that can turn tricky situations in the water into a dangerous one: panic. And it can happen to even the strongest adult swimmer.
Today we've come into the water controlled, but imagine that you've fallen into the cold water unexpectedly and you might be a little bit taken aback by the cold temperature of the water.
Chris Cousins from Water Safety Wales is showing me an important technique that can help you get a situation under control. It's called float to live.
So keep your head back, you'll feel the cold, but resist the urge to panic and just relax. Keep your airway clear, put your head back, stomach and chest up. Move your arms and legs slightly if you need to help you float. And after a short period of time, any cold water shock or panic should be passing and you should be nice and relaxed. And when you're feeling super relaxed, that's the time to take that next step towards getting you safe, whether that's raising your hand and calling for help, trying to find something that floats, or swimming to safety.
The National Water Safety Forum reckons that with more awareness and training, drowning fatalities could reduce by 50% by 2026.
On a hot summer's day like today, there's nothing more inviting than to just jump into the sea and cool down. But before you do, it's worth remembering the dangers first. It's worth thinking about the risks, and knowing what to do in an emergency could be the difference between whether or not you sink or swim.